Well, good afternoon to everyone. And you're going to have to bear with my voice. I'm actually getting over a really bad cold. But anyway, to the mayor, Stephanie Rawlings-Blake, the Lacks family members, colleagues, and friends, it is indeed a privilege to stand here today and participate in this very important event. First, I would like to thank the mayor and her indelible staff for putting together and accommodating this event. And I would be remiss if I did not give special thanks to her staff member, Mr. Anthony McCarthy, Ms. Marva Williams, Ms. Jenny Davis, and Ms. Nina Divas. So in my 60-second introduction, I would like to remind you that today is not about us. It is about a young woman at the age of 31, gave so much to the world, Miss Henrietta Lacks. Today, through a painting, she will be recognized as Healing. And also today, you will witness many discoveries that she has provided to us because of her unknowing contributions of herself. What happened to Mrs. Lacks would not happen again. We have outstanding gatekeepers like my colleague, Dr. Nancy Cass, who you will hear from later from the Johns Hopkins. And Nancy is one that write policies, make mandations, and make sure that they are carried out in an ethical way. So we also have the Lacks family here who are continuing her legacy. We have her grandson, Mr. Alfred Lacks Carter, who is the president and CEO of the Henrietta Lacks House of Healing. And we have our other family members, her wonderful granddaughter, Jerry, who travels around the world, educating us in communities about her grandmother and her legacy. And we also have Sarah Speed, the president of the Henrietta Lacks Legacy Foundation. So let's learn from today and continue to spread the word. And as a scientist, I will continue to provide discoveries through healing and making sure that we continue to prevent the most preventable cancer by utilizing vaccines and other discoveries. So thank you, and God bless you all. So I want to introduce my sorority sister again, Mayor Stephanie Rawlings-Blake.
Thank you so very much, Doctor. It is a pleasure to have you here, and it's an honor for me to be here with all of you. I want to thank Senator Nathaniel McFadden for being here. I want to thank Congressman Cummings for sending a representative, as well as Senator Nathan Pulliam for sending a representative to be here on this exciting afternoon here at City Hall. I'm humbled by the opportunity to commemorate the life of Henrietta Lacks, a woman whose impact far exceeds her lifetime and who continues to influence major breakthroughs in medicine and research worldwide. I'm also honored that on this occasion I have the privilege of welcoming members of her family to City Hall, where we will permanently install the portrait bearing her name. Will all of the family members please stand? This portrait has been donated to the city as a gift by Dr. McGee, by Dr. Eva McGee of the Charles R. Drew University of Medicine and Science. So thank you for this very generous gift. And she not only came with the gift, but all the way from California. So thank you very much. So it will be displayed in the Pressman Conference Room, the BOE Conference Room, among the images of other prominent African American figures who represent important aspects of Baltimore's history, such as Reginald R. Lewis and the Honorable Kwesi Mfume, Bishop Vashti McKenzie, and I think Billie Holiday is in there too. So she will be in good company in our boardroom. I want to thank the Henrietta Lacks House of Healing Foundation for your contributions as well. At this time, I've already recognized the family, so sorry for that. I jumped the gun on that, sorry. But it was in my heart to do it when I did it, so I'll forget about the notes. It is thanks to your elder that our generation not only benefits from advanced medical treatment, but also benefits by a sense of dignity for men and women of all backgrounds, but strengthens the overall humanity of our healthcare system. Her legacy will never be forgotten, and today everyone will have to have an opportunity to learn why. I have been intrigued, as many have, with the story of Henrietta Lacks, and when we had a chance for the library, our library system, Enoch Pratt Library System, started the digital download. I was the first person they had to digitally download. You know, you can borrow the books for free, and that was the book that I downloaded, and I'll never forget that. So I want to bring up in a second the president of the Henrietta Lacks House of Healing Foundation, Alfred Lacks Carter, who is the grandson of Henrietta Lacks, to share more about the charitable impact of his family's organization. Following his remarks, we will come back and do the major. Has anybody seen what's under there? Y'all just waiting like me. All right. So I'm very, very excited. So at this time, I would like to bring Alfred Lacks Carter to the stage.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for attending today, such a joyous occasion for our family, our friends, and our loved ones. First, I would like to give thanks to God for, making this all possible. I'd like to thank my Uncle Lawrence Lacks, the eldest of Henrietta Lacks' son. Hope Lacks and the rest of the Lacks family. I'd like to thank Dr. Eva McGee, Mayor Stephanie Rawlings-Blake, and my lovely wife, Jewel Carter, Mrs. Nancy Cass from Johns Hopkins, and Senator McFadden, and everyone who attended today, because you could have been anywhere else, but you chose to be here, and I'm grateful. I'd just like to say that, the Henrietta Lacks House of Healing Incorporated, it was something that I envisioned and I dreamed, and a good friend of mine who is helping me succeed in my dream, Mrs. Meg Ward. She's from Living Classrooms, along with Mr. James Piper Bond, who's the president and CEO of Living Classrooms, who's going to be working closely with the Henrietta Lacks House of Healing Incorporated. I just want to embrace what my grandmother left, the legacy. So I want to give back. I want to give back to my community. I just want to continue to help others. The Henrietta Lacks House of Healing was incorporated in September 2016. It addresses the issues of homelessness, substance abuse, and prior incarceration with goals of disrupting the cycle of poverty for the individuals we serve. Its mission is empowering individuals to find their true path. The organization was founded by myself, Alfred Carter Jr., who was inspired by my own journey through homelessness, addiction, and prior incarceration. I'm using this experience to empower others in their journey also. The organization is named for my grandmother, Henrietta Lacks, who positively impacted the world through her immortal cell line, which is called Healer. The organization is dedicated to honoring her life and legacy through service to the community. So I'm here, and I'll be doing speaking engagements and just to keep my grandmother's name and her legacy alive. And again, I would like to thank everyone for coming out. Thank you. So without further ado, I would like to introduce Dr. Nancy Cass, the professor at Johns Hopkins University and bioethics. So thank you.
Well, thank you so much, not only to you, but to all of the Lacks family. I really feel very honored and humbled to be in your midst. I want you to know this is not part of my script, that I teach about your grandmother, and to be amidst you is really, really an honor. I also want to thank Dr. Eva McGee, certainly for commissioning this portrait to be a permanent legacy in my home, Baltimore City, to the Honorable Stephanie Rawlings-Blake, my mayor, for recognizing the importance of forgotten voices, as well as trust and scientific discovery, by privileging giving this portrait a home and recognizing what that means for our city as part of your remaining formal duties as mayor. So today, the legacy represented through this portrait recognizes an extraordinary woman and her extraordinary cells. As we've already heard, in the 1950s, Mrs. Lacks, at the tender age of 31 and with 5 children, as an African-American woman with very few resources, had the misfortune to be diagnosed with a highly aggressive form of cervical cancer. And it turns out that these cells were so aggressive that they took her life very quickly. It also turns out that these cells were more aggressive than almost any other cancer cells that had been cultured, which allowed them to live even outside the human body, to exist in test tubes, and then to form the path to creating cell lines that could be used for many, many, many hundreds and thousands of scientific discoveries. So I guess I was invited to be part of this panel because I do bioethics work. And in particular, a lot of my work focuses today still on the ethics responsibilities that we have as scientists as we go about our research. And that means that I'm a researcher myself, and I work with many, many, many researchers to help make sure that as they go about their research and learn new things, they do that research while imposing as few risks as possible, that they are mindful that their research is fair in terms of who is targeted and who benefits, and that they are respectful all along the way to those who are involved. Certainly something that we've learned over the years, but that was far less apparent in the 1950s, is that one key way to demonstrate respect to those who become involved in research is to inform them, and in many cases, to ask their permission if we want to involve them or have the privilege of using their data or tissues in research. In the 1950s, when Mrs. Lacks was a patient, no permission was required. It was not part of our rules. It was not part of the norms of science. And indeed, it wasn't until about 25 years after Mrs. Lacks had cervical cancer that our federal government passed for the first time in the late 1970s rules that are breathtaking in their importance in terms of what they mean for each of us as citizens, requiring researchers to ask patients for permission before involving them in most kinds of research, and requiring that research go through an independent ethics committee to make sure the research is both scientifically sound and ethically appropriate. So I think we'll hear more about the scientific discoveries that have been made thanks to Mrs. Lacks's cells, which include the polio vaccine, which has saved millions of people from death and disability. We know so much more about genetics and chromosomes. But one thing that we've also learned through the book and through hearing more about the story and those who are working to keep the story alive is that science sometimes happens if we're not careful and ever vigilant in ways that don't sufficiently acknowledge patients' role as partners. So it turns out that individuals actually are often very willing to be partners when asked. Today, it continues that we try very hard to learn from tumors when people have cancer. We need to do that kind of learning in order to make care better. And it turns out that when people are asked, they almost always say, yes, please learn, so that my children have a better experience and there are better treatments. Learning to tap this extraordinary instinct of people to help is a remarkable thing. But if I can get political here just for a moment, this agreement to ask for help works better if we know that we can guarantee health care to all American citizens, something that I think we all in the last few weeks feels is very precarious. And it seems like a duty for all of us to do our best, and thank you to the elected officials, to do everything we can to help make sure that access to health care is something that remains a possibility for all Americans. One other thing I want to mention to just emphasize individuals' willingness to help. There is something now called the Precision Medicine Initiative, which will be launched really formally in 2017, in which 1 million Americans will be asked voluntarily and with their consent to donate their medical records and genetic information for the sake of future scientific studies. What's remarkable is that people are already calling to try to sign up. And what this again underscores for me is that when asked respectfully, people are very willing to help. So when our children come in, or future people who work at City Hall in future decades and ask, who is this person, who is the portrait, who is the woman behind this, let's tell them that this portrait is a testament to the forgotten voices who are always our partners. It's a testament to the need for scientific discovery. And it's a testament to the caution and humility with which we as scientists must always do our work. Thank you.
So I would like to give credit to Charles Archer University of Medicine Science in Los Angeles, California. And also, I would like to acknowledge the artist who would have loved to have been here today, but unfortunately, he was traveling out of the country. But what I would like to introduce to you is the portrait, the painting. And what you will see once it is unveiled, the artist, who I felt is just so brilliant, he basically captured all that I wanted to have done without me even being there. So her cells, as you will see, were the first to go into space. And you will see all the some of the discoveries, the polio vaccine, influenza, cervical cancer, the HPV vaccines, as well as you will see the scientists looking at her cervix, taking the cells and isolating out the DNA. And from all of this, we get publications to read that generate other ideas for our intriguing minds. So I just wanted to introduce you to the donation of the painting. And at this point, we will have the unveiling.
I think someone said that Council President was here, so I want to thank Council President young, oh, there you go. Thank you very much for being here as well.
Hold on 1 second, please. May I have the both of you look at me first? Okay, ready? And 3, 2, 1, lift.
So along with the certificate there, we would like to have you to permanently install the painting of Henrietta Lacks. And here's your certificate.
Thank you very much.
So last but not least, and you see here, we have special presentation. Mr. Lacks.
Dear Mayor, on behalf of Henrietta Lacks, Charles R. Drew University, the Henrietta Lacks House of Healing, my family and friends, and all our colleagues, I would like to present you with this plaque.
Thank you.
For your dedication and for doing an awesome job and being here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So on behalf of Charles R. Drew, the Henrietta Lacks House of Healing, we would like to present you with a painting of Gila Healing, along with your certificate.
Wow. Thank you.
There we go. Right at me, please. Here we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Don't move. And we're good. Thank you very much.
Goodness.
Yes.
All right, Dr. McGee, I don't want you to forget. I have my phones all in your seat. I'm sorry. I didn't want you to forget your glasses. All right. I don't normally get surprised, and that was a beautiful, beautiful surprise. I'm extremely grateful. I want to thank everyone for making today possible. I know we're going to take some photos with the family, but I just want to thank you for being here. When I heard that all the chairs were taken down here, it warmed my heart because this is a very special day. And particularly, I wish my mom was here. She couldn't get here today, but as a physician, my mom's a pediatrician. You know, she was one of the first people that mentioned the book to me because she grew up in East Baltimore, went to University of Maryland Medical School and had learned throughout her education about the cells. So to be able to bring that full circle and to know that under my watch, this picture will be a permanent part of City Hall brings me a lot of pride. So thank you very much.